Hey there, fellow travelers, fellow Tolkfolk. How we doing out there? Big news today. We are getting a new Tolkien book. So let's learn about just the basics of what this is. So the book is titled The Fall of Númenor. The Fall of Númenor. It is set to be released in November of 2022, 10th of November 2022 to be exact. It is a what sounds like a compilation of Tolkien's Second Age writings into one nice little, well, maybe not so little, compendium right there. It's edited by Brian Sibley with new illustrations from one of my favorite Tolkien artists, Alan Lee. So, who is Brian Sibley? Well, Brian Sibley, it turns out, is the one of the co-writers of the BBC's 1981 adaptation or dramatization of The Lord of the Rings. I thought I'd heard that name somewhere before, and that's turns out that's where it comes from. That's one of the things he's most well known to Tolkien fans for. So I'm going to link to his website and to his Wikipedia article in the show notes so that you guys can check that out. He's a very accomplished individual, done a whole lot of work in across all types of different fiction. He looks like he just likes to write about fiction. Likes to write about how certain stories and legendariums came to be. Kind of tells the stories behind things. So that's kind of the basics. That's the breakdown of what this book is. Did I mention it's called The Fall of Númenor? I may not have mentioned that yet. It's called The Fall of Númenor. All right, so let's learn a little bit more about what's going to be in there. So here's what the press release has to say about this work. Presenting for the first time in one volume the events of the Second Age, is written by J.R.R. Tolkien and originally and masterfully edited for publication by Christopher Tolkien. This new volume will include pencil drawings and color paintings by Alan Lee, who also illustrated The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and went on to win an Academy Award for his work on The Lord of the Rings film trilogy. And this is what Sibley himself says. Since the first publication of the Silmarillion 45 years ago, I've passionately followed Christopher Tolkien's meticulous curation and scholarship in publishing a formidable history of his father's writings on Middle-earth. I am honored to be adding to that authoritative library with The Fall of Númenor. I hope that, in drawing together many of the threads from the tales of the Second Age into a single work, readers will discover or rediscover the rich tapestry of characters and events that are a prelude to the drama of the War of the Ring as is told in The Lord of the Rings. So basically, what we're getting here is we're going to get all or a lot of the Second Age writings that are scattered throughout different books that have already been published. We're going to get those compiled into one volume here, and it's going to be organized in essentially chronological order from what it sounds like according to the Tale of Years. On the Tolkien Society's website, this is how they put it. The book brings many of Tolkien's writings together and uses the Tale of Years in the appendices of The Lord of the Rings in order to present the content in an order and a style that works well for readers. This convenient volume will tell the story from the foundations of Númenor, the forging of the rings, and the last alliance against Sauron that ended the Second Age. Sibley has gone through the entire published works by Tolkien and provides new introductions and commentaries to bring all the pieces of Tolkien's original content together. So, for example, I'm guessing this will probably include a Calabaith from the Silmarillion. I'm certain it will also include several of the writings from this Unfinished Tales. Kind of hard to see there. There you go, right there, Unfinished Tales. There's a huge section in Unfinished Tales of Second Age writings. The Mariner's Wife, a large section on the history of Galadriel and Celeborn, the Line of Elros, the Kings of Númenor, and then a description of the island of Númenor. There are also various writings throughout the history of Middle-earth, that actual series, the 12-volume series, that it sounds like could be included in there. In particular, I'm interested to know if the writings of, for example, The Lost Road, which is kind of the original version, very different but original version of the Tale of Númenor, if those are going to be included in there as well. So not really sure. We don't have a table of contents yet, so it's hard to say. But at the very least, this sounds like it'll be very interesting. I'm going to have a little sliver of hope that maybe we'll get some new stuff from Tolkien, or at least stuff that hasn't been published yet. but probably we're not going to get a ton of information on that front. Nevertheless, it's going to be great to have these new illustrations from Alan Lee, as well as just all of these writings compiled into one volume, one convenient volume right there, in order to present them all together as one. It also makes me wonder: will we get maybe some of the writings that are in the nature of Middle Earth about the Second Age and about Numenor? Are we going to get those in there? We'll just have to wait and see whether that's the case. So, so this is overall pretty exciting news. I'm sure they're timing it to coincide with the release of the Rings of Power. When this show comes out, people are going to be very interested to learn more about the history of the Second Age. Hopefully, it's going to bring a lot of people to read the Silmarillion, particularly for Akalabath. And I'm sure that lots of people will be picking up the Fall of Númenor in order to learn more about all that's contained in there. So anyway, make sure you stay tuned to this channel, The Tolkien Road. So hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. If you like this video, please hit that like button and let me know about your excitement. What are you looking forward to about this book? Let's talk about it in the comments below. So stay tuned to this channel for more news as we get it on the Fall of Númenor. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. I will talk at you next time.